Narrator deep suspenseful tone, Washington, D.C. The night was already tense. The air was thick with anticipation, the cameras rolling, millions watching across the nation. On one side, former President Donald J. Trump, visibly red, and clutching the podium like it owed him money. On the other, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, poised, and quietly radiating, that dangerous kind of confidence that comes from knowing you have the truth. The moderators had already been struggling to keep control. Every exchange between Trump and Crockett was a verbal boxing match, except Trump was swinging wild, and Jasmine was landing surgical blows. Moderator, all right, Mr. Trump. Your rebuttal. Trump didn't wait. Trump slamming fist on podium, voice booming. You know what, Jasmine? You're a family destroyer. You've spent your career tearing apart good American families with your radical policies. You ruin lives. You're a disgrace to the Congress, a disgrace to women, and frankly the crowd gasps. The word family destroyer echoes through the hall like a grenade exploding in slow motion. The moderators shift uncomfortably. Even some of Trump's own supporters frown, sensing the line might have crossed into dangerous territory. Narrator. The insult wasn't just an attack, was personal, and Jasmine Crockett does not take personal hits lying down. She leaned forward, tilted her head slightly, and smiled. Not the kind of smile you give when you're amused, but the kind you give when you know the other person just made the worst mistake of their career. The 43-second reply that shook the nation. JasmineCrockett.com. Measured voice. Donald, let me tell you something about family. A family is built on respect, trust, and loyalty. Things you have destroyed in your own home long before you ever stepped into politics. You want to call me a family destroyer? You're talking to the man who's been married 3 times, cheated publicly, and paid hush money to silence women while your own wife was recovering from childbirth. Gasps and murmurs ripple through the audience. Trump's jaw clenches. Jasmine stepping closer to her mic. I have defended families from your policies. Families you tried to rip apart at the border. Children you locked in cages. And soldiers, widows you mocked on national television. My work has been about holding people together. Your work has been about tearing them apart for ratings, for money, and for ego. Trump tries to interject, but Jasmine raises a finger without looking at him. Jasmine, and before you lecture anyone on family values, maybe you should call your own daughter and ask her why she refused to campaign for you in 2024. Or maybe, this is just a thought, stop pretending that posing for Christmas card photos with your kids makes up for decades of betrayal. The crowd erupts, half are cheering, half are stunned silent. The moderators are frozen. Trump's lips part as if to speak, but nothing comes out. He just glares, his hands gripping the podium tighter. Narrator. 43 seconds. That's all it took. In less than a minute, Jasmine Crockett didn't just defend herself. She dismantled Donald Trump's image, brick by brick, live in front of the nation, seen to social media meltdown within minutes. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok explode. Tweet number 1. Jasmine Crockett just body-bagged Trump in under a minute. Replay button is broken. Hashtag family destroyer. Number 43 seconds. Tweet number 2. Trump just learned why you don't come for Crockett unless she sends for you. TikTok clip caption. Greater than 43 seconds of pure political annihilation. The clip is replayed millions of times in under an hour. Late-night talk shows run the moment in slow motion, analyzing Trump's face as the words sink in. Scene 3. The fallout. Narrator. Inside Trump's war room, panic is setting in. Advisors scramble to spin the moment. Conservative networks try to cut the clip, but it's already everywhere. The term family destroyer has now backfired spectacularly, with memes painting Trump as the true family destroyer. On MSNBC, a political analyst plays the moment in full. Analyst: this wasn't just a clapback, this was a surgical strike. Crockett turned his own insult into a mirror, and made him look into it on live TV. Scene 4. Jasmine's victory lap. The next morning, Jasmine is interviewed on Good Morning America. Host: Congresswoman Crockett. That moment went viral. Did you plan that response? Jasmine smiling. I don't plan truth. I just tell it when it needs to be told. Mr. Trump can call me anything he wants, but the American people know my record and they know his. Scene 5. Trump's silence for 2 days. Trump doesn't address the exchange directly. Reporters shout questions at rallies. He pivots, changes subjects, talks about polls, but that one clip keeps playing on giant screens at protests, on news loops, and at rallies. Against him, narrator, and in the world of politics, silence after an attack like that speaks louder than any comeback. Closing line. Narrator: Dramatic 43 seconds. That's all it took to turn Donald Trump's insult into his own political obituary.